Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Cinderella phenomenon. And this time we are going down Karma's route because that was what was recommended in the, well, the developers recommend in the game route to do. So that's what we're going to do. But also I am going to skip. I am not going to skip straight to the choice because I just feel like that takes me out too much. I want to skip, like, so that we kind of get a refresher of what's going on. Like, okay, we're meeting Fritz and we're being a bitch and like whatever. So we're always going to start, I think, in like, I feel like we should always kind of start in chapter 1. I'm just kind of got a refresher back of what we do and how we run into certain characters and everything like that. Not in the prologue, so I kind of just went through because I hadn't saved the normal spot. I suppose we could always save at the first save point. So I'm actually also going to save here. Okay. Because if we can always just start here instead of skipping through all that, we can always start here because this is where the first choice is. This is where shit happens, right? So since we're doing Karma, we're going to go left, which we kind of already did initially. So we're going to skip through this even though now we're seeing Karma for the first time and like whatever, but we're going to skip all that. You're supposed to ask all the questions or I have no more questions if we've already done this. We've already done this. So we already know all these answers. So I'm just going to skip it. We're not going to get too much into that. And there's Karma. Oh, hey, look, Karma. Oh, and then there's Rod. It doesn't matter if he's mad. So we're supposed to say this is how you truly feel, which, okay. Because otherwise we get points for him. Which we don't want, right? Because we're... So these parts are going to go really fast because the game is really fast to begin with. We could actually... Oh, we could have done either one, actually. For this is how you truly feel. It's because there's a ... It doesn't really matter because... You know, this doesn't really matter either. And there's a part of me that wants to just throw the tray at him and see what happens. But I wonder if we do that in his route. You know, fuck it. Let's throw the tray at him and see what happens. Can I throw the tray at him? I'm tempted to let you. Feisty as well. Oh, be still my beating heart. Huh? You... Oh, he's awake! Okay. Can I throw the tray at him? We asked. I really just thought we actually do it. And then this is where Karma's like... I gotta do a little bit better because, I mean, Karma technically has the Lupin voice, like, a little more flamboyant. But then again, Rumble is a deeper voice. Oh, yes, of course. That's what's great. Yeah, that's a little more Rumble. Yeah, okay. So, of course, we're supposed to choose Karma. I find Karma sitting quietly at the bar. I thought he was the picture of elegance when I saw him at the toy shop, but he's really just conceited. I walk over to where he is. Oh, Princess Spacey, you look stunning as always in your work clothing. I know, like, when he's in his women form, he's supposed to have, like, a womanly voice, but I'm not doing that. So we're just gonna give him the same voice all the time. He must be mocking me, but it doesn't matter. I'm here because I want you to teach me about goodness. Not even a compliment in return. I'm rather offended. Relax, princess. I'm just teasing you. I noticed. Now can you answer my question? Princess, you do so wound me. This is going nowhere. Maybe I should ask someone else. Princess, wait. You made the right decision in coming to me for help. I assure you. The best people, princess, look beautiful. The way you look outside has to match what you have inside. Yeah, but that just makes me, like, wonder about you. Like, oh, you're beautiful outside, but are you beautiful on the inside? Maybe that's your problem. I think he's got the Beauty and the Beast curse. What, you're beautiful on the outside because you're a wretched person on the inside? But then why are you a woman and a man? I don't understand. I'm really curious how this one works. Anyway. How is that supposed to help me? Are you implying that I'm not beautiful? Of course not. I only suggest that you smile more often. Smiling will not help me accomplish a good deed. And smiling has nothing to do with beauty. Oh dear, I'm afraid that's not true at all. People who are beautiful smile all the time. Like myself. He's not helping at all. Don't give me that look, darling. A real smile lifts the heart and takes stress off of the mind. And, well, in order to do good, you must first change yourself. Make yourself more beautiful on the outside and the inside. Make yourself more beautiful on the inside, yes. I really don't know why I came to him for advice. But what did I expect from such a flamboyant man? He's as shallow as a puddle of water. And then somebody deads up for, don't mess on my floor! We're gonna go to Karma again. I find Karma sitting at one of the tables looking out a window. You're being quiet today. What a rare sight. Oh, Princess! Why would you be so surprised to see me? Because it's an honor every time you visit me. Have you come for my advice? I want you to tell me how to do a good deed. My, so straightforward. What is he talking about? It's really simple. You just do something without strings attached. No strings attached. Yes, you do something for someone without asking them to pay you back. Or expecting them to. It's hard to wrap my head around doing such a thing. Why would I do something without needing to? Have you done such a thing for someone before? Of course I have, Princess. That was a long pause. It was a thoughtful one. Right. Is that all? I believe so. That tidbit of wisdom ought to serve you well. Look, it's not helping me at all! A month has passed and I've yet to complete even one good deed. Not for lack of trying, though. Okay, then we go blah, 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 and we're talking to people and everybody tells us what we should or shouldn't do. And now we're going to choose Karma's path and then... Look how beautiful he looks in black and white. And then you see, like, the color. It's still beautiful, but, like, look at it. It's just, like, amazing. Okay. Secret practices. So, this is basically, now we're in his path. So I don't think we can skip anything. So that's pretty interesting. Oh, and this is where we should also save. We should make a save. Let's make a save on slot 2. There we go. So we'll make a save so that when we want to come back and do the bad shit, we can just start here. Woo! Smart. I decide to go search for Karma as soon as I'm done with Mr. Broom. Or as soon as it's done with me. He should be sitting at the bar at a table. I find him at the usual table talking to Waltz, who has his hand on a box. Why, if it isn't the princess. Lovely morning, isn't it? It's the same as any other. Nonsense! Every morning brings new opportunities, right, Waltz? I guess so. Every day there's another chance for a good deed, Princess. Right. No clever comment today, Princess. I do so enjoy them. Maybe coming to Karma was a bad idea. I would love to stay and offer advice, but Waltz and I better be off. We do have work to do. You mean that you're going to put me to work? Work? Parfait asked us to pick up some provisions for the tavern. She asked us, but in the end it'll be me carrying everything. You'd make a lady carry everything? Karma suddenly stops, then whirls to look at me with wide eyes. Oh! Can't say that I like the glimmer in his eyes. How would you like to help, Princess Spacey? I'm sure this would count as one of your good deeds. I'm pretty sure that's not how this works. Oh, Waltz, you're no fun. Helping Karma carry things doesn't sound pleasant, but I'll go. Truly? Oh my! Waltz, it seems I'll not be requiring your assistance today. Princess, are you sure? Perhaps this might be considered good. Besides, I'll finally get to leave this place for the first time since I've been here. I'm sure. Okay. Take good care of the princess, Karma. Of course. Yeah, he's got a little bit of a feminine-esque thing. I'm really curious. Okay. When does he actually, like, he's not always a woman, because when he rescued us in the alleyway, remember? He was totally a man. So, like, how the fuck did that work? You know what I'm saying? For the rest of the day, Karma takes me to different shops around the town, reading off a long list and giving me the coins to buy things. I notice the townspeople treat me nicely when the two of us are together. I don't understand why everyone likes Miss Karma so much. Maybe it's because they don't really know him. We stop in the middle of the town and sit at a small cafe on the outskirts to take a break. Miss Karma is still the picture of elegance. Why do you dress like a woman? Darling, not so loud. Why is this even a secret? It's related to my curse. I mentioned that before, didn't I? What was your curse again? Karma was one of the only people at the tavern who didn't share what his curse was. Is knowing my curse even so important? You know what my curse is, so tell me what yours is. You dragged me around town to help carry your things. But Princess, those weren't even my things. They weren't mine either. Okay, I will tell you, though it is very sad. I don't think a curse is meant to be a happy thing. I have the beauty's curse. It's what forces people to fall in love with me every time they see my handsome face. Is that really a curse? Doesn't seem awful at all. Terrible, isn't it? And we're supposed to say, it's terrible. Like, it's not that terrible. It's terrible. What? Most people don't agree with me. It doesn't make sense for a witch to cast a good curse on you. I guess it doesn't, does it? Thank you, Princess Spacey. Why is he thanking me? Still, it feels like I'm missing something. Is that really the entirety of his curse? But don't people fall in love with you when you're a woman as well? Uh-huh. Interesting. So he disguises himself. So he's really a man, but he disguises himself. He dresses like a woman. So it's not like his curse is he's a woman. He's just dressed like a woman because then when women are, oh, well, you're gorgeous. But they don't fall in love with him and he's not breaking anyone's heart. Fucking weird. Really fucking weird. Interesting. I like it because I like the fact that he's like dressed like a woman because I think for drag queens, so I'm down with this 100%. Like, no, Princess. That love is admiration or appreciation. Sometimes lust. As with Rumple. And when you're a man, they swarm to me like moths to light. It becomes suffocating. Whom does it affect? The curse only affects women. It's a condition of the curse that they be a woman and that I be a man. It's part of the fairy tale. Which fairy tale? The one with... Oh. Karma suddenly stands up, pointing at a man selling red apple-like candies. He pulls me over, insisting that we try one. I try to bring up the subject of the curse again, but to no avail. Beauty and the Beast. Yep. Karma somehow manages to be distracted for the rest of the day, and is able to effectively dodge my questions. Because if you think about it, like, they're reverse curses, right? Like, she's not granted a castle to be a princess, like Cinderella. She has that shit taken away. He's cursed with being beautiful and having everyone fall in love with it. What? Why did he wish to, like, have someone fall in love with him? And, like, is he, like, terrifyingly hideous underneath? Is that what we're saying? Like, when the curse breaks, he's, like, literally a beast? I mean, or is it, I mean, like, I'm just really curious now. What the hell's going on? What's the deal? Like, he's got a good heart, but he's a terrible, horrible monster underneath. I don't know. Anyway, Karma somehow manages to be distracted for the rest of the day and is able to effectively dodge my questions. Or, you know what I mean? You want someone to love you. Like, I want someone to be able to fall in love with me, and then it's like, oh, well, sure, everyone will fall in love with you then. No, I actually want real love, not superficial love, but that's all it is. It's superficial love, not for the inside. But he's also a little conceited and douchey. Like, that's probably why. He's got to learn to, like, not be conceited. Like, I'm gorgeous. Yeah. But that's why people only love you for your looks, and you're going to live an empty life. Right. So he needs to learn how to be beautiful on the inside, I think. Like, I don't know. Is Karma hiding something from me? Why would he? I thought pairing up meant helping each other break our curses. Does he not want to break his curse?
Oh, thank you so much, Spacey. We were in dire need of these supplies.
I supervised her well, didn't I?
Of course, dear.
He didn't do anything. Princess, you wound me. It's the truth. But we had that nice talk. You avoided half of my questions. Karma lets out an exasperated sigh that becomes a very forced yawn. I'm going to go to bed. Today has been a tiring day. Please excuse me, darlings. Sleep well.
Sleep well, Karma.
Karma walks away, leaving me alone with Parfait.
He's not so bad, you know.
I don't know why I agreed to work with him.
Give him a chance, Spacey.
I didn't get a single good deed today.
It's not just about the act, but about the intentions.
Did Karma just use me then? I'm tired. I'm going to bed. Tonight I'll rethink my partnership. I barely sleep that night. When I wake up the next day, my body is sore from carrying supplies around town yesterday. The more I think about Karma, the more my anger boils inside of me. How could I not have gotten a good deed yesterday? I decide to find him first thing in the morning. I see him at his usual table, once again staring out the window. A dark aura seems to surround him, and I notice that no one's sitting with him today. Karma? He keeps staring outside, and his eyes are glassy. Karma! Oh, Princess. Good morning. It's far from a good morning. I didn't sleep at all last night. What a shame. His voice is surprisingly cold, his tone rather dismissive. I was too busy thinking about yesterday. You told me that helping you would maybe help me complete a good deed. I point at my necklace, which hasn't changed at all since I received it. Do you see? Not another piece. You get pieces added to your glass slipper? That's charming. I was thinking that pairing up with you was a bad idea. Oh, look at his precious, beautiful, sad face. Princess, did you just say that you were paired up with me? I did. You must have known. Oh my. I assumed that you just wanted to help me. I didn't know you were pairing up with anyone. That's right. I never told him directly I wanted to partner up. Should I have? Well, it doesn't matter what I say anymore, because I don't think you can help me. Princess, I can't help you do a good deed. You have to do them on your own. I can present you with opportunities, though. Opportunities? We start first by thawing the ice around your heart. So even Karma is calling me the Ice Princess. Her and Lance need to hook it on up. So I'm like, oh my god. Talk about Frozen, right? At least I speak my mind and don't pretend to be someone I'm not. And I don't promise things I can't deliver either. Princess, I do believe you misinterpreted my words yesterday. This is not my fault. Patience is a virtue. Now, if you could, I'd like some time alone. I didn't sleep well yesterday. Didn't sleep well? Oh, I'm thinking this is Rumple. Didn't sleep well. Well, oh dear, that makes 3 of us. Darling, I didn't sleep well. Oh, my princess. Yes, I have the Prince Charming voice. They both have that fucking voice. I can't help it. They both have that, like, air about them of, like, whatever. I turn around and see Rumple appear at the front door. He strides toward the table with a confident grin on his face and then takes another seat. Karma lets out a sigh. Foul man, what are you doing here? You flirt with a man once and he hates you. Is that it? No. You flirt with a man and then you insult him unnecessarily. Oh, I thought it was all in good fun. They're like twins. I feel like the voices probably sound exactly the same. They don't to me, but they probably do when I say them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, anyway. Something about the expression on Rumple's face tells me it's not true at all. Are they always going to be at each other's throats now? What are you doing here, Rumple? I couldn't help but overhear that you were looking for a partner, Princess. I thought I might offer my assistance, since I know that I can make you far happier than this fool over here. Would you like me to hit you again? What's the problem, sir? I only came to provide assistance where you could not. Rumple turns to me, grabs my hand, and winks at me. What do you say, Princess? We could be wonderful partners, and in no time at all, I swear I would have your heart aflutter. Before I can slap his hand away, Karma slaps him instead. I can't help the surprise on my face. Would you like another slap? I'm in no mood for pleasantries today. I don't know how I ever mistook you for a lady. You're the most brutish man here. A slap for each cheek, darling. Would you like a third? Rumple stands abruptly from the table and glares at Karma. I can almost see electricity bouncing between the two of them as they stare over my head at each other. I see Jurian walking towards us with a stern look on her face. I would never hurt a person unnecessarily. I don't resort to violence. My, and that gives me all the openings I need. We're supposed to actually stand up for Rumple, which is amazing. So apparently, in the guide, there's suggestions if you didn't want to use the guide. And the suggestions, if you only want tips for the route, basically, is don't let Karma be too selfish. Scold him when necessary, and when having fighting lessons, don't hesitate. So this, I feel like, is one of those, scold him when necessary type of situations. Like, he's being unnecessarily cruel. Like, yeah, Rumple's being, it's like, yeah, stop being a douche, Rumple, but Karma's being a little bit too cold, so we're supposed to stand up. Put a Karma in his place a little bit. No matter how annoying Rumple is, I don't think he deserves to be so abused so much. Besides, Karma doesn't usually lash out like this. I move to stand in front of Rumple. Princess? This is pathetic, Karma. I know you're not in the mood for pleasantries, but that's no excuse to hurt Rumple. Princess, please move. You're acting like a petulant child. Fine. You're right. Wasn't expecting him to so easily admit to a mistake. I turned to Rumple. I was only standing up for you, Rumple, because Karma's annoying me. I looked down at my necklace, but there's no extra piece. So that wasn't a good deed either. Alright, what's happening over here? Jurian comes to stand in front of us, her expression stern. Oh, nothing, my sweet. I was just showing myself out. Thank you, Princess Spacey. Rumple leaves and I'm alone with Karma. He slumps back down into his chair. After making sure he won't do anything rash again, Jurian leaves us. I'm sorry, Princess. It appears I really was being a child. Rumple is harmless, and there was no reason for me to act as uncivilized as I did. What would Father think? Father? Oh, it's nothing. But please, if you would, can you give me some time alone? Fine. I leave Karma sitting there by himself and return to the front of the tavern where Anise has more chores waiting for me. Today I have to work as a server, which is still better than working with Mr. Broom. The usual people are at the tavern, and I overhear conversations as I work. At one point, Garland walks over to the bar, and Anise serves him a drink. He looks sullen, and I watch him curiously for a few moments. Then I notice that he's staring at Jurian, who's talking sternly to two drunken men continuously clacking their bottles together at a table. If you make too much of a scene here, you're gonna bother the other customers. But the same people are here all the time, eh? We're not bothering anyone, hun. Garland looks so agitated. What's wrong with him? I'll not stand to have you call me that again. Listen up, woman. You may have been a knight at the palace before, but you got no such title now. Garland stands up and I can see silent anger in his eyes. A few people at the bar look up at him with worry. I may have no title, but I still demand respect. Sir Garland? Are you okay? He looks back at us almost like he's coming out of a trance. He is so pretty. Like, I just want to pet his little cheek. He's so adorable. I'm fine. Sorry about that, ladies. He sits back down, glancing once more at Jurian as she continues speaking to the men. They glance at Garland warily, their expressions more somber. Why is he acting that way? Garland's usually more composed.
Princess, is something on your mind?
No. I brush all thoughts of what just transpired from my mind as I return to my work. Hours go by and my body protests all the leaning I have to do. Even though I had to carry a lot around town yesterday, it was nice to be out for a while. Maybe I'm better off helping him just to avoid the chores in here. At least that stops me from being worked to the bone.
Oh, Princess, you're doing very well today.
I always perform like this.
But today you're delivering everything really quickly.
Do you mean to say that I don't perform well on other days?
God, we need to stop being a bitch. No, Princess! I only mean to say that today that your performance is even better than normal.
Is that supposed to be a compliment? I walk away from Anise, who stares after me sadly. If she wanted to give me a compliment, she could have said something that wasn't so backhanded. Wow, we really are a bitch. I know we're only in chapter 3, so, we're still being a bitch, but, as the tavern clears for the day, I finally have time to sit down and relax. As I'm sitting there, Waltz pulls up a chair and sits in front of me. Hello, Princess. I heard from Anise that you were excellent at your job today. Congratulations on improving. Princess? So you're mocking me now, too? Princess, I think you're taking things too seriously. The intentions of a compliment is to, compliment someone. We're not making fun of you. You're implying that I'm not normally as good at this. We never said you weren't good at this, only that you were better today. Let me give you an example. I put on puppet shows for kids. Sometimes the children come to me and say that the show is even better than usual. So the children are telling you that your shows aren't normally satisfactory. Not at all. And the children always smile regardless of whether they really like the shows. So as long as you're trying your best, that's all that matters. The people in the bar are always smiling when you deliver food to them, aren't they? No. No one likes me here. Maybe if you smiled, they would smile back. I'm not gonna smile for any of them. I don't owe them anything. You don't need to owe anyone a smile. You look so sad. You don't need to owe anyone a smile. Any smile that isn't owed is fake. Princess... I'm leaving Waltz. I want some time to myself. I walk upstairs to my bedroom, pointedly ignoring the look of sadness on Waltz's face. I've been sleeplessly laying on my bed for hours. Sometimes I hear the sounds of people walking through the hallway. Who would be up at this time of night? I need to leave and get some fresh air. It's eerily quiet at night. I stop when I hear faint sounds coming from outside. What is that? Ooh, what are we supposed to do? Hold on. Boop. We are supposed to remain inside. Okay. Remain inside. Second thought, maybe it would be dangerous. I turn and see Delora looking at me with amusement flickering in her eyes. Did you come down to visit Mr. Broom or something? I didn't know you two had gotten so close. We haven't. It was a joke, Princess. You really don't have a sense of humor, do you? I think it's you who doesn't have the sense of humor. I have no sense of anything. I'm a bitch. Snappy as a crocodile, as always. So what are you doing down here? Couldn't sleep? Me too. I heard some sounds. Just wanted to see where they were coming from. Sounds? Are you really spooked by some sounds from the forest? Or are you just too curious for your own good? Curiosity killed the cat, you know. Well, good thing I'm not a fucking cat. I didn't ask for your opinion, witch. It's like it'd be an insult, but she's like, but I am one, so I mean, well, the both of us could use some fresh air, don't you think? I stare at her in surprise. Come on, I know a place we can go. Delora and I eventually find ourselves in the forest. This sounds like metal against metal. It sounds like sword fights. Well, I guess with you being partnered with Karma, you would find out eventually. Excuse me? I get the answer to my question when we walk through the trees and come to a clearing. I finally see where the sounds are coming from. Oh, he's dressed like a man now. Two men stand in the clearing, swords clashing. One of them is Garland, who's poised with his sword. It takes me a moment to realize the other is Karma, who isn't in a dress. Oh, yeah, I mean, we knew. I guess she didn't realize. I know we knew, but she didn't realize that the man that rescued her was Karma. Okay. So it was he who was with Waltz that night. Neither he nor Garland noticed us at first. Princess, you're staring. Of course I am. What is all of this? A practice session. Karma's a very talented swordsman, and he practices at night with either Jurian or Garland, depending on who's not on patrol. Karma can use a sword that well? The king told me once that only knights could have such skill. Just who is Karma? He still has the same beautiful fucking face. Look at those eyelashes. Like, they're fucking, 8 feet long. Fucking gorgeous. Oh, if it isn't the princess. His voice is nothing like the feminine voice I always hear from him. Okay, well, he has the same fucking voice. Should we give him a womanly voice? Like, when he's normal Karma, and then we, when he's girl Karma, and then when he's not girl Karma, we give him, his... I don't know. Whatever. We'll just fucking wing it. I don't know. Karma actually sounds like a man. No, he's got the Lupin voice, which is a little flamboyant, it's a little bit man, and it's a little bit woman, it's a little bit of both, which is perfect for Karma if you think about it. Right? Yeah. It's got the Lupin flair. It's not exactly... Because even though I'm like, I can't do the Lupin voice anymore perfectly. Because we're done with that. Anyway. I notice him looking at me in between his strikes with a little smile. How does he remain so composed and steady with the distraction? Princess? Karma quickly finds an opening in Garland's hesitant stance, and then pins him to the ground with his sword, still smiling. To be distracted is to die, Garland. I know. The ability to see distractions and then put them in the back of your mind is one every knight should hone. You must know everything that's happening around you, but only deal with the pertinent things. Yes, sir. Karma straightens, sword in hand. Moments later, Garland stumbles to his feet and gives an obedient bow. Karma nods at him before sheathing his sword. I mean, I kind of gave Karma that voice, I feel like, oh, I'm beautiful. Because he was, so fucking beautiful. Yeah, a little bit of the cocky voice. When he rescued us before we even knew that he was, he was dressed like a woman all the time. I mean, Karma nods at him before sheathing his sword. I think I already read that, but I don't know. A slow melancholy begins to creep into my heart. For some reason, seeing the sword practice makes me nostalgic. I'm not sure why. What are you practicing for? To protect, Princess. Knowing the sword is the same as knowing the shield. It's a means to protect. To protect? I think I remember having this kind of conversation with them before. I can never figure out how to counter an opponent when they're mere inches from my face. My commander called that one the enemy's kiss. A standoff where your eyes lock into your opponents because of the proximity. And the best way to counter that is to feint the sword in the opposite direction. Throws your opponent off because they're not looking. Oh, I can't remember the voice I gave Fritz. I know he had a deeper voice, but I don't want to give them all the same voice. That makes sense. The enemy's kiss. What a name. I feel like that's too... I don't know. We're gonna have to fix it when we get done his path because I'm not digging it for him. And I can't quite get their voices. Rod's is easy. It's quiet. It's quiet and deep and it's Rod. And then of course you have Karma. It's a little bit flamboyant. And then you have Rumble, who is definitely like my princess. I have the cocky attitude of a... I am like Prince Charming. That is the voice. I'm fabulous. You know. It's very similar to Karma's, but deeper. And then Waltz, of course, obviously, has a normal, deeper voice, even though he's a kid. Because that's just part of his curse. He's not really 12. But then, for Fritz, it's none of the... I mean, there's so many... They all just have, normal voice, and it's just... I can't do that many normal voices. I don't know. Because I think Fritz, I gave him, in the first one, a normal, a deep... Princess, how are you? But, maybe he should just have a normal voice. Princess, are you okay? Alright, we're good. Fine. I don't know. I don't know! I can't... I don't know. They all just... There are certain characters, in Code Realized, right? Where the characters all drastically kind of had different voices to me when I saw them. But, these ones I don't... They all almost... There's too many similarnesses. Like, Rumple and Karma are similar in their flamboyantness, right? And then, like, Fritz and Waltz are similar in their, like, normal, deep, normal voice. I just can't, I don't know. We gotta adjust them as we go, so, like, don't mind me if all of a sudden they go from, like, this is my voice to this is my voice! Like, I don't know. Anyway. It seems so dramatic for a sword move, doesn't it? Swordplay is dramatic, though, isn't it? Isn't the most effective swordplay not meant to be flashy? Princess! I didn't notice you there. Good morning, Princess. While the most effective swordplay cannot be predicted, the commander says it needs to be robust. And quick. Sometimes swordplay can look like dancing, though, which is why some think that professionals are flashy. That seems unnecessary. Everyone has their own methods, their own skills. All of us knights fight for different reasons as well. Isn't it to protect all of us in the palace? Well, yes, but we protect everyone in the castle for different reasons, Princess. Knights protect for different reasons. I turned to Karma. But Karma, you're not a knight. No, I am most definitely not. But since Garland and Jurian begged me to teach them, I've somehow become their mentor. There's no way Garland and Jurian would do that. After all, the both of them are the best knights in Angeal before they were stripped of their titles. Karma actually speaks the truth. Jurian and I really did have to get down on our knees and beg for him to instruct us. What? Is Karma really so talented? Look, he like winks, he's like, and then the sparkles, I swear to God. Karma, especially because he dresses like a woman sometimes, just makes me think, all I see when, especially with this, the wink and the glitteries with the 8-foot-long eyelashes, the red hair and the green eyes, just makes me think, I swear to God, he's just like a distant cousin of Grell from fucking like Black Butler. That's all I can think of. He's not as, like, over-the-top, like, flamboyantly gay as the Grell, but he's still, like, there's a flamboyantness, and there's just something, they're cousins. They are cousins, somehow, once removed, or something. It's just, it's especially the glittery, because it just makes me, there's something about it that just makes me go, like, Black Butler and think of, like, Grell, but he's getting all, like, Sebastian! If you've never watched Black Butler, you have no idea what I'm talking about, but you should, because it's amazing. Oh my God. Anyway. So you're finally impressed with me. What do you think, Princess? I am the picture of elegance in this outfit, aren't I? You know, I don't know why you and Rumple fight so often. You really are very similar. Don't compare me to that fool. He has no class. Just because you come from different backgrounds doesn't mean he has less class. So the reason you were so tired today is because you do these practices at night? Oh, I suppose I've been caught red-handed. Why does this have to be a secret? Does it have to do with Karma's curse? But he's not in his disguise now. We could have been working on breaking our curses today. But no, you decided that staying up late into the night and practicing was more important. That's probably why you were grumpy this morning. Well, our protection is vital, don't you think? Garland, you were at the palace. How is it that Karma possesses more skill with the sword than you? Princess! Karma's special, Princess. He is more talented with the sword than a lot of other people. And I do pride myself on being a splendid instructor. Yeah, that look in the glitter is like, yeah, instructing on what though, man whore, Jesus. Put it away. I love him. I love him because he's so like, I don't even know what his fucking deal is. But never fear, Princess. I'll help you dispel your curse. After all, you did just suggest that we were still partners. Can he really help me with my curse? But how will he do that just by presenting opportunities? We'll try again tomorrow, darling. But for now, Garland and I have some more work to do. This time, Garland, do not lose focus. Yes, sir. The sound of swords carries through the night air. For a long while, I stand with Delora watching the two men fight. Notice we're not like, hi, Karma. Yeah, doesn't have any effect on us, because we're clearly not a woman. We're more than a woman. More than a woman. Anyway, Karma chides Garland often, telling him that his concentration is waning. Karma's a good swordsman. Perhaps even better than the palace knights. His nimble swordplay repeats again and again in my head, even when I return to the tavern for the night. Spacey, I've told you before that knights are an unruly bunch.
But Mother, they're so much fun to watch.
They're dangerous, Spacey. Any person with a sword has the potential to use it on you.
But Father says that those knights are supposed to protect me.
That they are, as that is their order. But as people, they may not be so good, Spacey. God, our mother was such a bitch.
Not so good.
The king has told you that the knights are meant to use swords to protect you, but you cannot trust them completely.
Even though Father said they would keep me safe?
Sometimes the people we trust are the most deceitful. And a man with a sword as a weapon to use against you, no matter what he says, be wary that he can turn on you. Haven't I told you before that you should not trust people?
But the knights are...
Even the knights can be treacherous, Spacey. Do not trust a man with a sword. He can be dangerous.
Yes, Mother. I understand.
Try to understand, my sweet. I only want you to be safe.
Yes, I understand.
Girlfriends! Anyway. And now he's dressed like a woman again. Jurian, if you don't come at me like you truly mean to stab me, you'll never land a hit. Yes, ma'am. Sir. It's been about 2 weeks since I first saw Karma here in the forest practicing with Garland. I've come here every night since then, though I never stay long as Karma. Since I actually have work to do in the morning. Oh, never stay as long as Karma. Alright, here I come. Their two swords clash, and Karma laughs as he throws Jurian back and taps her lightly on the shoulder with his sword. That makes 4 hits, and that one was easy. Is that the best you can do, Jurian? I notice that every time Karma practices with Jurian, he's in Miss Karma disguise. He says it's because of the curse, and because he doesn't want Jurian to fall in love with him. Isn't he being over dramatic? You know, someone like Jurian could fall in love with Karma, and we haven't. I mean, we will, obviously, by the end of the game, but it's not because he's not in disguise. We're gonna fall in love with him because we get to know him, right? Like, that's the whole point. But it's funny, like, we didn't fall in love with him. Like, really? She's gonna fall in love? Because I didn't. You're still a dick. And because it's, well, although we have a cold, dead, frozen heart, so there's no way we can fall in love with anything. We don't even love ourselves. So. Be subtle and quiet. Garland tells me that you're usually good at this. I am, sir. Then why the exception today? Sir? Darling, it wouldn't happen to be because of the way I'm dressed, would it? Are you still not used to it? Hit the nail on the head, have I? It's not very chivalrous to hurt a lady, of course, but that logic applies to men as well. An enemy is an enemy, Jurian, even if your enemy is a delicate flower like myself. Delicate flower? Jurian, you should hit him on the head for that. But Princess! He's not delicate at all. Jurian laughs and I scowl at her. Is she laughing at me? You and Karma seem to get along. I doubt it. Oh, Princess, you wound me. You always say that. You wound me where Jurian's blade cannot. Something flashes in Jurian's eyes as she readies her sword again. Karma stands ready as Jurian rushes at him with her sword. Their swords clash again. I wonder... Karma, your back's open. Karma turns, Jurian taps him on the shoulder and laughs aloud. I did it! Single hit! Looks like you have a weakness too, Karma. No, it wasn't a weakness. It was the lack of sleep catching up with me. Why did he listen to me? He told Garland the other day that it was crucial to only listen and watch the most important things. Because he's in love with us. Even though we're kind of a bitch. We're a cold fish, but he's still falling for us. Oh, beautiful. Alright, practice is over for now. I can see Garland coming for his practice. Karma walks to a corner to have a drink. I should probably head back to the tavern soon, but there's something I want to see first. On our way out, Jurian gives a solemn nod to Garland. She pauses to say something to him and then looks at me. Noticing my vague curiosity, I think they're in love with each other. I was just mentioning what a good swordsman Karma is. I've seen him fight, and Karma's a good swordsman. There's no doubt about it. Yet is practicing with him really so special? He's fast on his feet and quick with his reactions. He's an excellent person to train under, even better than most of the commanders in the palace. I can second that. Even better than Ross. Remember him? First commander we trained under. The one that punished slow learning with extra exercises. You always had to do more exercises than I did. Something about you being distracted. I was watching the way you swung your sword to make sure you didn't hurt yourself. You've always been overprotective. Well, They both suddenly stop to look at Karma, who's smiling slyly on the side. Why does he have that look on his face? Are we dumb? We don't realize that, Garland loves Jurian. Jurian might love Garland, but Garland's totally digging her. Well, that's a sign. We can't keep the commander waiting. Garland shakes his head, his expression snapping back into something more serious. Right. The two exchange quick farewells before Jurian waves and steps out of the clearing, leaving Garland with Karma. Is he going to change into his boy? You're in a dress today. Are you two really so opposed to hurting me when I'm in a dress? Or are you worried about ruining it? No. It's just so strange. You move so well even in a long dress. But yes. Jurian did mention almost stepping on it once. Impossible! I'm the picture of elegance. Of course, sir. Karma shrugs Garland's comment off. The two ready their swords, then get right into practice. Jurian has taken over Garland's patrol now, so that Garland can get in some practice time. So, Garland, have you told Jurian yet? No. The conversation that Karma always has with Garland is the real reason I stay behind to watch them practice. I don't understand why Garland answers Karma's questions if doing so makes him depressed. Will you ever say anything to her, Garland? Why don't you just confess to her already? Karma lands an easy hit on Garland, who sighs in response. Whenever Garland thinks about Jurian, he gets distracted. I don't understand his feelings at all, but seeing him remain quiet frustrates me. Jurian is talented and poised. Can never be good enough for her. You'll never win a woman's heart if you don't compliment her looks as well, Garland. Well, she's pretty too. Beautiful. And then there's me. Oh my god, but he's so gorgeous. I can see why you wouldn't tell her. That's what we're supposed to say. We're literally supposed to say, I can see why you wouldn't tell her. That sounds so harsh. I would be like, just say something to her. Like, oh my god. All right, well, this is the right thing to do. Because she's better than me. No, because if you told her and she refused, then it would be difficult afterwards. You understand, princess. Of course I understand. I'm not stupid. Ah, okay, that was so much better. But that's, I can see why you wouldn't tell her. That really sounds when he's like, you know, and then there's me, and it's be like, just tell her. Just tell her you love her. Like, I can see why you wouldn't tell her, because you suck. That's really what it sounds like you're saying. It's like, I can see why you wouldn't tell her. Because if she doesn't feel the same way, you're going to look like an asshole. It's going to suck. No, I didn't mean it like that. And don't take offense, Garland. And that's just the way she talks. And the princess is a fragile flower with her petals always curved inward. What does that even mean? See, if I were Jurian, she'd probably know. But I'm just as confused as you are. I don't think so. I don't think anyone understands half of the fluff Karma speaks. It's because I weave love and dedication into every single one of my words. There's a beauty in deciphering them. But enough idle chatter, sir. Let us continue our training. I end up staying longer than I intended. By the time I consider returning to the tavern, Garland and Karma are wrapping up for the night. I have a question for Karma, so I wait until Garland leaves before I approach him. You're still here, princess? Were you seeking out alone time with me by chance? I have enough of that every day when we run errands. I just have a question for you. You always come to the right person. What can I do for you, Princess Spacey? You ask Garland the same question every time you train, and he always tells you that he can't confess. Karma nods in acknowledgement, but his attention is on his sword. He inspects it carefully before sheathing it. It frustrates me. You're frustrated? The look of his always annoys me. It annoys you because you love it. Oh my. It's annoying. Did you want to ask me why he won't confess because you're so frustrated? Yes? I suppose after almost 2 months, I do know you a bit better. You don't know anything about me. And I don't know anything about Karma either. Confessing isn't easy, dear Spacey. Surely you must realize that the possibility of rejection is a significant deterrent. Bad bird! No! You know better! Naughty bird, no poop on the couch. Bad. Sorry, my bird just pooped on my couch and he's not supposed to do that. You're a bad bird. Naughty. Don't give me that look. You're naughty and you know it. She's a bad bird. Don't look cute at me. You're a naughty bird. It's bad. You go sit in the corner. Go sit in the corner. Jerk. You interrupted my storytelling, little bastard. I love him so much, but he's an asshole. Confessing isn't easy, dear Spacey. Surely you must realize that the possibility of rejection is a significant deterrent. But if you never ask, you'll never get an answer, and the stress of worrying stays with you and ruins everything. Why are you staring at me? Is that the reason you're so blunt, Princess? Blunt? You're far more blunt than I am. Princess Spacey, you truly are amusing. You're as sharp as a knight's blade. I'm not amusing. That is a matter of opinion, darling. I love how he sparkles. It's fucking amazing. He really is insufferable. And yet I still come to him for advice, because you secretly love it. The scariest part of the confession is the possibility of rejection. Can you imagine loving someone and then finding out that they don't feel the same way about you? Oh, every day of my motherfucking life. Except for I don't love anyone. I'm a heartless evil witch. No, but like Jesus, how often have we all felt this way? Every one of us has felt this way at least once, if not multiple fucking times. Or just being like, I love them so hard, but I can't say anything because they're going to reject me. See, once it happens like once or twice, you're like, and I'm done. I'll never confess again. It's just amazing. Because only in games like this is like, Garland will confess to Jury and she'll be like, I've loved you from the beginning too. And it'll be like, oh, see? It never works out in real life. Anyway. He looks so sad. Oh, we love you, Karma. It's okay. Pet his face. My thoughts shift to the king. My chest tightens. Princess Spacey. Karma reaches out a hand to brush a strand of hair out of my face. I slap it away without realizing. He pulls his hand back with a gentle sigh. My apologies, Princess. Oh, I can't imagine. No? Loving someone and finding out they don't feel the same way. I always knew my father never loved me. My understanding is different from what Karma is referring to. Besides, I no longer hold any love in my heart for the king. I've already given up hope on him. Right? It's a good thing you haven't experienced a rejected love, Princess. It is one of the worst feelings. Karma asked to be alone, so I returned to the tavern by myself that night. Oh! Look how goddamn gorgeous he is. It's those fucking eyes. That's why everyone falls in love with him. He's got like 18-foot-long lashes. And he makes a pretty woman, but I don't know why I agree to this when nothing changes. Today I'm once again out in town with Karma, running errands. Since we've been partners, he insists on me coming with him every day. Why do you need a new dress? Because a lady needs all kinds of dresses in her closet. Variety is key when you want to make a good impression. I just love the fact that he's totally okay dragging it out. Like, I love it. Why would you want to make a good impression on people in a disguise? A disguise is meant to conceal you. It doesn't exist to be flaunted. Oh, no, darling. I only wear the disguise to stop the curse from working on people. It's not really meant to conceal anything but the fact that I am a man. Being doted on by a married woman, or by a woman in love with another man, is especially troubling. Is the curse really that powerful? Because here's the funny thing. We've seen you as a man, and we're not in love with you. So, like, weird, right? Karma leads me over to the dress store, and our conversation pauses when he goes to the store owner to give specifications for a new dress. When we leave, Karma suggests going someplace to reward me for all my hard work. You're treating me? Why wouldn't I, darling? You've been helping me for a while now. What is this feeling? Gratitude? Karma does owe me for everything that I've done for him, so why do I feel like this? You know, it would be much easier for you to just help me carry bags. Oh, there! Let's buy one of those cupcakes. Karma cuts through my suggestion easily. Like, yeah, we have to have Waltz because we couldn't make a lady carry bags. But he makes us carry his bags. And he's the fucking man. He may be wearing a dress, but he's still got the man equipment and we're the ones carrying his bags. What the fuck? I kind of love this. I love the abuse. I gotta do. Like, I'm like, oh, you're such a bitch. Why do you look so good in a dress? Okay, but you have to keep that dress even after your curse is broken, because I'm just saying role-playing a little bit. Spacey has issues, okay? Straight man in drag is just like a unicorn that I wish existed, but... Does he really just, like, work so much that he'd rather pay me off for helping him? Yes. Karma takes me to a stand showcasing all kinds of cupcakes. There's some with colored frosting, others with fancy decorations. Some are especially eye-catching, like a bright blue cupcake decorated with little stars. Anything will catch your fancy, ladies? All of them, actually. Alas, I don't think eating them all would be good for my diet. What do you think, princess? We'll share one. I turn back to the cupcakes, which I realize are big enough to share between two people. Am I choosing one for myself, or one that Karma would like? I guess he is treating me, but 2 cupcakes catch my eye. One has tiny little creatures sitting on the top of the frosting. It seems to be a little lizard of sorts. It has a tiny little creature one. Though it is strange, the colors remind me of Karma's dress. The other cupcake is decorated with little white chocolate pearls. These pearls are small and somehow cute. Karma might like the other cupcake. Oh. So it's between those two. Which would you like, Spacey? We're supposed to choose this fancy cupcake with the lizard, because it reminds us of Karma. That's adorable. I'll have that one. The one with the... Oh my. Is that a chameleon? Yeah. Perfect. It's not a lizard. It's a chameleon. Because that's exactly what he is. A chameleon. Beautiful. I love that. A chameleon? It is a chameleon. Oh, that's adorable. Sir, we'll take one of those. I was thinking he'd like it for the colors, not the chameleon. Whatever that is. Let's go enjoy this somewhere else, shall we? It's cute. We're sharing a cupcake. It's kind of adorable and romantic. I love it. Anyway. Karma leads me to the middle of the plaza, and the two of us find a table. He walks off to get a fork and a knife before returning and handing a set to me. Do we really need a knife and a fork to eat a cupcake? So, before we got your dress and you distracted me with cupcakes, we were talking about your curse. We were we? It's not an interesting topic. I was glad that we had gotten off that tangent, to be honest. Why don't you want to talk about it? You have your secrets just as I do, princess. But the whole point of pairing up is to help each other with our curses. Princess, you want to help me? Only because it's necessary that I help him so he can help me. I haven't made any progress helping you, though. You said you would provide me with opportunities. I'm not very good at that, am I? I'm sorry, princess. Well, I don't think I've done anything for you either. But princess, you've been helping me for the last few weeks. Whether or not it's an obligation, you still are good company. Good company? No one has ever told me that before. They only chide me for being difficult to speak with. Look at the little chameleon! That's fucking adorable! I'm sorry. Oh my god! I don't want to eat it! I hope it's like a little plastic toy. I know it's not plastic. It's probably made out of frosting, but like, look how cute it is! I'd be like, if it's not, like, are we supposed to eat this? Is it edible? It's not. Okay, you should keep it because it's cute. And be like, I want you to have this because it reminds me of you and it's adorable. Look at it! Look at it! I can't help it, guys. It's so fucking cute. Look at his fucking eyeball. Karma starts cutting the cupcake, his knife sliding through the frosting and cake with ease. I can't, guys. I've definitely never seen such refined manners for a simple dessert. What was your life like before the curse, Princess? I've no need to tell you any of that. No, it's not necessary. But I am curious. Would I be doing a good deed in telling him? I don't think so. How about we trade off fact for fact? You give me a story today, and I'll give you one tomorrow. Makes you think I'm interested in your life. Well, you do keep asking me about my curse. Only because we're working on breaking our curses. Okay then. We won't talk about the past or any secrets. We can talk about this cupcake instead. What? Why does he always insist on changing the topic? Karma cuts the chameleon on top in half. Oh my god, he cut the head off. Guys, it's so traumatizing. We should have picked the pearls. Karma cuts the chameleon on top in half. I notice that he gives himself the head, which is a lot cuter. Well, I get stuck with the tail. So if we picked the other one, would he have been like, no, we're gonna get that one instead? And like, you know what I mean? Because we end up with this one anyway. If you think about it. Chameleons are little lizards that can blend into their surroundings. Is it willing to go this far just to avoid a subject? When I was a child, my father used to call me a chameleon. What? I had a lot to avoid responsibilities. Oftentimes, no one could find me. Not my father nor the servants. If he had servants, then that makes him a noble? One day, I was out searching for a mythical creature in our garden, and I came upon the chameleon. It was this small little lizard, silly little lizard, but I'd only found it because I was looking for something fantastic. Lizard on the cupcake doesn't seem all that fantastic. My father explained what it was to me, and then he started calling me a silly little chameleon. It was ridiculous, but he said I was always very good at hiding, and so it suited me. What is it, Princess? Seems like you're still good at hiding. You hide behind your disguise and keep many secrets. I suppose I'm still a chameleon, then. I don't think that nickname makes any sense. Sometimes they don't have to. Nicknames don't have to make sense to be endearing, Princess. Can we please just get back to the subject at hand? Yes, this cupcake. If you insist on sharing a story for a story, then I'll tell you something about me. Oh? Oh is right. We're going to wait for that. I really was going to stop when they first sat down with the cupcake, but I was like, well, it shouldn't be too long. And then now it's like we're going over time, and I have a feeling it's going to be another few minutes anyway. So I'm going to wrap this part up here. We're going to find out what her story is in the next part. I should have stopped a couple minutes ago, but anyway, we are going to, stop here. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.